Time for more combat mission Black Sea, aka Increasingly Likely Political Event Simulator 2017. You can see you have lots of infantry contact down in these woods here. You take a casualty on Hubis' team that's moving through those woods there. They actually shoot at an American team first to get the drop on them, but then they get shot down immediately. Strong infantry contacts throughout these woods here. Again, lots of contacts in here. This BTR continues to move up pretty much unimpeded. You hear helicopters, but as far as I know, you don't get harassed too bad by them. This machine gun team gets ambushed by a Ukrainian infantry team, and they end up taking a casualty and getting badly pinned down. One of the heroes in Frey's platoon, you can see there they take the casualty. Here's a tank contact moving up, which is impressive, but tanks are also loud. He also, there's infantry all around them, but now you know where that is. These tanks move up to their positions down here, trying to change their line of sight. So let's go zoom in and take a look at the action. So right off the bat in these woods, as these guys are about to move out, they spot some Americans moving into the woods. They start shooting at them. Doesn't do much. This guy catches a bullet right away. He's straight up dead, not even wounded. These two guys are still alive technically. So these guys book it away as per their orders. Not the cleanest break to contact that there ever was, and for the rest of the turn, it's pretty much quiet. So this machine gun team, they're moving to deploy right in these woods. They start taking fire from what looks like a full squad down here. So those are all the guys you can see, and you take fire until the end of the turn, you lose a guy, and it's not looking good for the survivor. These tanks are also moving up into their positions. The orders that were given for them weren't given from their actual positions, they were given from the floating icons. So I just kind of did what made sense for each of them. Like, this guy comes forward out of the tree line, this guy backs up. So they're coming along on either side, just moving. And they have orders to end up here, looking down this way. Now, the other thing is that in this part of the map, everybody kind of ceases fire. Platoons start falling back to their positions, all the BTRs start reversing away except for this guy. These guys are all medicine for the most part, which is really a shame because it makes the bodies disappear, and I just want maximum bodies in this forest. But that's what everybody here is up to, and you spot these contacts moving up, those are new. Everything around here, and I think it's on to the next minute. Okay, it's the second minute of the Russian turn, where things happen. This guy down here takes a light wound and then runs the fuck away. Everybody here keeps rearranging. These guys keep going up to their target, they eventually make it. You get a spot on the tank here from a ATGM crew, but they lose it pretty quickly. These tanks finish their moves into their positions. The helicopter makes a gun run up on these guys. Nobody dies, but you take some light wounds. See, the sound actually takes a while to reach the camera, which is cool. These guys continuing their migration up into this general area. And I think that about does it. So let's go take a look at what you can see. So down here, that guy keeps getting shot at until he just runs away. So he does, the guy with the actual machine gun is alive, but he's kind of fucked up. Over here, these guys, they stop. I'm pretty sure I told them to stop and face. So they are facing, yeah, so they're stopped and faced down towards where they got shot at. But they don't see anything. So, yeah, just going over the whole minute again. So they're looking that way, but they got nothing. You can see you got all these faint contacts here, while the rest of the platoon is pretty well moved forwards to where they were ordered to be. You got this platoon also is kind of coming up on the side. These guys moving around. So the driver you ordered out into the middle of the field reaches the middle of the field. He's standing right here. Again, yeah, he runs forward. He's been sitting here this whole time. He doesn't see anything. So over here, the grenade launcher BTR arrives. These guys are gonna go get in shortly. But right as it stops moving, rocket gun comes in. Rocket lands right here, doesn't manage to kill anybody, just manages to give out a whole bunch of light wounds. Doesn't damage this thing at all either, so that was fairly lucky. In this area generally, People continue to move up to where they're ordered to, so you got a line here, kind of a line here, but generally you've pulled back. Over here, you reach your destination. These guys all start going off onto their scouting missions. I think one there, one there. You start to see new and wonderful contacts like way at the back here, somehow. So you think there's a IFV at the back. Other than that, there's not a lot to talk about for this specific turn, and I'm going to go over your reinforcements at the end of this video, so I think I'll leave it there for the physical moments of this turn, and focus more on the reinforcements. Would you look at this shit? Reinforcements has arrived. So, I did a few screenshots about this in the actual thread, but it probably bears repeating. Look at all this shit. Oh, look at them all. So, with this, you have 2 platoons of T-72B3s, accompanying 2 companies of infantry in all these BMP-2s. So this is a shitload of firepower. Like, just the cannon fire alone is it's really nothing to scoff at. So, in my infinite wisdom, when making this map, however, you can see they came in ordered and along a road, because that just makes sense. It probably would have been easier just like put them out in the field somewhere, but whatever. So this is going to take a while to unfuck. I at least put the tanks in front. So keep in mind when you're actually giving these dudes orders to do anything, the order in which they come. So first company is going to be easiest to untangle. I can also always try like just moving guys sideways out through the fields. Air defense is at the back along with all the HQ units. First company is here, second company is here. So just keep that in mind when you're giving orders to people. Like these tanks will probably be able to go do things right away with no problem, but everybody behind them is going to get stuck. In AI pathing fucking hell. So there's that. In addition to that, you obviously have 2 Hind 24 PN attack helicopters. They have AT-6s, 4 of them, 40 80mm rockets, and 250 cannon rounds. And you also have the Su-25 SM, which has its own cannon, 2,000-pound bombs, and 10 rockets. So, I think for Russian air, you need to have an air controller team to call them in. So the air controller team can call in helicopters anywhere on the map. That's just a function of helicopters being able to select their own targets. Find them again, air controller team. The Su-25 is something that you need to actually have line of sight to call in, so keep that in mind. And the other thing with Russians is that you need to have an air controller team, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so it's only the air controller teams that can call in air support, and you have 2 of them, I believe. So you have 1 air controller team here. This is the one that came with the first task group. So they now have access to all this as well. What can I see? So they could, like this task group, they have eyes out on this whole village. So you can call in the Su-25 on this entire area if you wanted, and they can also obviously call in another helicopter. So I'm not sure if anything else needs to be explained. If it does, hit me up, but I'm going to cut it off here so the video doesn't go on too long. And excited to see what you guys do with these, and I'll see you next time.